It's chapter book time. Before we start, I want to explain what chapters are. Chapter books have many chapters in them, and each chapter is a little part of the big story. So, chapter 1, let's just review. Chapter 1 told us in Mercy Watson to the Rescue that Mr. and Mrs. Watson have Mercy, who is a pig. So that's kind of like a little part of the whole book. And then chapter 2, if we go to chapter 2, told us about what they were dreaming about. So all the chapters come together to the ending of the book. So they build on each other. So when you're reading a chapter book, you have to start at the beginning because otherwise you won't know what's going on. Chapter 3, Chapter 3, if you remember, is when the bed broke. And then that chapter 1 explains why Mercy was in the bed, because she didn't want to sleep alone. So when you're reading a chapter book, read each chapter because that tells you what's happening one chapter at a time. And then they all add up to a story at the end of the book. So it's perfect. So for chapter books, it's kind of hard because you have to remember what happened in the chapters. So we were on chapter 3 and the bed had just broke. So now we're on chapter 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see. Do you remember where Mercy was going at the end of chapter 3? See, we have to think back. She was dreaming of buttery toast. And I think she was going to get some buttery toast. All right, so chapter 4. Here we go. In the kitchen, Mercy sniffed the table. She sniffed the kitchen counters. She sniffed the floors. But there was no toast. There was not even a crumb of toast. Mercy's stomach growled in disappointment. Look at that. No toast. Disappointment means she was kind of sad. Boom! Crack! Help us! Miss Watson called. Mercy thought very hard. Where could she get a snack? She wasn't going to help the Watsons. She was just thinking about her toast. Oh, Mercy. And then an answer came to her. Baby Lincoln always had sugar cookies. Baby Lincoln lived next door, and Baby Lincoln loved to share. There's the idea. Ding, ding. So I guess she's okay with not having buttery toast now. She wants cookies. Mercy took the kitchen doorknob in her mouth and she turned it with her mouth. She turned it and she heard Mrs. Watson call again, "Help, help, help!" Sugar cookies, thought Mercy, and she kept walking outside. Mercy, she's leaving them up in the bed. Look at that. That was chapter 4. Here is chapter 5. Ooh, I think we're going to have new characters. Pictures always tell us what's going to happen in the story. So look at that. Those were the people on the book, on the back. The Lincoln sisters live next door to the Watsons. Eugenia Lincoln is the oldest sister. She has many opinions. One of Eugenia's opinion is that pigs should not live in houses. Eugenia often says, "Listen closely to me, baby. Pigs are farm animals. They belong on farms. They do not belong in houses." "Yes, sister," says baby. Baby Lincoln is the younger sister. She is the baby of the family. Baby agrees with everything Eugenia says. It's just easier that way. But secretly, Baby has an opinion of her own. Baby's opinion is that Mercy is good company. So that's Eugenia, and that is Baby. So it's really not a baby, it's just the youngest of the family. At the Lincoln sisters' house, Mercy looked into Baby's window. She could see Baby sleeping. Mercy pressed her snout up against the window pane. Oink, 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 said Mercy. But Baby did not hear her. Snuffle, 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 said Mercy. But Baby did not wake up. Mercy then tapped her hoof against the window. Baby sat up in bed. Who's there? Who's there? She said. There's Mercy. Trying to get in. Baby saw Mercy's snout pressed up against the window. A monster! Shouted Baby. A monster at the window! A monster! Mercy shook her head. Sister! Shouted Baby. Help, help! A monster's here! Eugenia woke up. She did not put in her teeth. She did not put on her glasses. Eugenia went straight to the phone and called the fire department. There's a crisis of uncertain nature at 52 Decahoo Drive, said Eugenia Lincoln. Come immediately. And then Eugenia put on her robe and rushed into Baby's room. In her own opinion, Eugenia Lincoln was very good in a crisis. That's a funny picture. Chapter 6. Get the picture. What is going on here? Asked Eugenia. There's a monster outside, said Baby. She pointed at the window. That is not a monster, said Eugenia. That is a pig from next door. Mercy? Said Baby. Eugenia shook her fist. Oops. I think it's funny. Mercy's on the outside the window with her hoof. Let me in. Oh no. In my opinion, said Eugenia, pigs belong on farms. Yes, sister, said Baby. Eugenia tapped a knuckle against the window. Get out of my yard, she shouted at Mercy. Oh, sister, said Baby, don't yell at her. You'll hurt her feelings. She doesn't have feelings, shouted Eugenia. She's a pig. Oh, said Baby, I'm sure you're wrong, dear. I am not wrong, Eugenia shouted. I'm never wrong. I know a pig when I see one. Eugenia scowled and she pressed her nose against the window pane. See, she's banging on the window. A scowl is kind of like a cross between a frown and like a mad face. Mercy stared at Eugenia. Eugenia stared at Mercy. Pig, shouted Eugenia. She turned and ran out of Baby's room. Oh dear, said Baby Lincoln. Oh my. Where is Eugenia going? I remember something. We looked at the back of the book. Remember. That might happen next. I'll read one more chapter because I can't stop now. Chapter 7. Eugenia ran toward Mercy. Mercy's heartbeat was beating faster and faster and faster. There was going to be a chase. Mercy loved to chase. She let Eugenia get very close to her. Oink, 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 Mercy said, and dashed away. Get out of my yard, shouted Eugenia. Look at Mercy's face. Do you think Mercy is having fun or is she scared? She's having fun. She thinks it's tag. Oink, 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 said Mercy. She ran in circles and she kicked up her heels. No pigs allowed, screamed Eugenia. Oh, sister, said Baby. Be careful. Eugenia looks mad. Baby looks worried. Mercy looks like she's having fun. I bet you it'd be pretty hard to catch a pig. Uh-oh. Woo, 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 woo. A siren wailed. A fire truck pulled into the Lincoln sisters' driveway. Ned and Lorenzo got out of the truck. Do you think that's the emergency? Ned asked. Look what Ned sees. Could be, said Lorenzo. Ned and Lorenzo sighed. Oh, you never know with this job, said Lorenzo. You're right, said Ned. You just never know. Now remember, Mr. and Mrs. Watson are still stuck in the bed. I wonder who can help them. My goodness, that's the end of the chapter. We're going to have to wait for tomorrow for chapter 8. Wait and 8, they rhyme. I'll give you a hint. This is one of the pictures in chapter 8. So I want you to think what's going to happen next in our story. The firefighters are on the scene. Are they going to catch the pig? Or are they going to help Mr. and Mrs. Watson? This is a good book. Now I'm going to tell you there are 12 chapters. So we are on number 8. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 more chapters to read. I think I'll read the rest by the end of the week, so we'll know what happens to the Watsons and to Mercy. Great job listening, friends. Have a wonderful day.